Hello, hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are. My name is Allison Ortega Toy, and I'm excited today to be sharing with you a quick workshop on how to use AI Studio, which is HeyGen's editing studio. So let's see, let me pull up the chat. To get things started, I'd love to know where you're tuned in from, what you're interested in creating with HeyGen, and yeah, out with that today. So let's just get started and dive in. All right. So here is our agenda for today. So we will okay. So we'll be starting off with just me giving a quick welcome and an introduction to HeyGen. And then we'll get set up with templates and start filling in our scripts. We'll edit in AI Studio, and then hopefully, if we have time at the end, we'll just sort of be able to hang. So let's get started with what is HeyGen. So if you, let's see, I don't see any action in the chat. So if you are there, please drop me a message or something so I know that this thing is working. Okay. So HeyGen is the leading AI-powered video platform, um, where businesses and our users basically are creating, videos easily and more quickly than ever, translating them, and, more efficiently than ever creating multiple versions. Mm, to the next. So while we're not gonna focus on this today, one of HeyGen's top features is custom avatar creation. So with nothing but a 2-minute selfie video or photos or even a simple text prompt, you can actually create a hyper-realistic digital twin that looks and sounds just like you. You can use them in your videos, type a script, and they become your digital spokesperson. So again, one of the favorite features here at HeyGen, but not what we're gonna focus on today, but I would feel remiss not to share it with you guys. To save time, we're gonna be using public avatars from HeyGen's stock library of over 700 different avatars of different backgrounds, ages, environments, and even animation styles. So really, you should be able to find just what you're looking for, regardless of what that is. And you may be wondering, what can I actually create using HeyGen? The answer is so many different types of videos. Here are some of our top use cases specifically for marketers. And here in the world of visual storytelling, we prefer to show, not tell. So I'll run through some quick examples of videos that were created 100% in HeyGen. Okay. Actually, you know what? I just a moment, I'm gonna use a different version of this because I see that we have some folks doing training and onboarding, so I wanna share some examples from that. Alright, let's try this again. Thanks for bearing with, everyone. Okay, we just want this. Okay, so top use cases, right? Video ads, social media videos, how-to videos, brand videos, also a lot of learning courses, training, compliance, onboarding, explainers, and then, of course, translation. So these are some of the top HeyGen use cases. So the first example that I'm gonna share is a social media video created by Oleg Campbell, who is the CEO and founder of Reply.io, who are a software tool used by sales teams for things like personalized email follow-up, outreach, and more. Um, these days, founder-led content is oftentimes a big part of these types of organizations' strategies. And so Oleg and his team were interested in growing his TikTok account with AI thought leadership content. So after doing just one shoot, they created his avatar, and then his team made and published several videos a day, and we're able to actually grow this TikTok presence to something like 250,000 in followers in just a few months. So let me play this video for you all.
It's 2024 and you're still using Google? Forget it. Here are top 3 AI searching engines that will give you 10x better answers to your questions. Don't forget to save this video to not lose these cool tools. Number 3, we have Gemini. Gemini is actually an AI from Google itself. It was built from the ground up to be multimodal, which means it can generalize and seamlessly understand, operate across, and combine different types of information, including text, code, audio, image, and video. At number 2, we have pretty famous ChatGPT. I don't even think that this one needs an introduction. The best way to think about ChatGPT or any of the AI chatbots is as an assistant. If you had a personal assistant in real life, how would you use them to help you achieve your goals? You wouldn't ask them to make decisions for you, but they might help you get organized and get the ball rolling on certain tasks. And number 1 is Perplexity. Perplexity is a free AI search engine designed to revolutionize the way you...
Okay, so I think you guys get the idea here. Basically, this is an avatar. All of the graphics down here were created in HeyGen along with the captions, the logos, and whatnot. And so one shoot, many, many videos. I will drop the link to this in chat. This is the reply. Oops, wrong one. That's Tomorrow.io. Sorry about that. The Reply.io customer story. I'll share the link in just a moment in case you guys are interested in diving a little bit deeper and learning more. Next, this example is a short video ad from Tomorrow.io's founder, the link that I just put in the chat. Their customers are folks in the transportation industry, insurance, government, defense, and what Tomorrow.io provides them is real-time, super accurate local weather reports. So I'll let Dan, their founder, do the talking in this ad, which is aimed at auto insurance companies.
$10 billion. That's the annual cost of hail damage claims in the US in 2023, and it's only getting worse. Hailstorms are becoming more frequent, with larger hailstones falling faster than ever before. In 2024 alone, hailstones the size of baseballs fell during over 50 major storms across the country. These aren't just big, they're fast, falling at speeds up to 100 miles per hour and causing devastating damage to homes,
So
cars,
this
and
is an avatar video.
auto insurers.
Dan, right here, the founder of Tomorrow.io, absolutely loves using his avatar for things like this. And then a lot of the videos that they're playing too come from HeyGen's B-roll library. So helping to round it out so it's not just a talking head video and adding a little bit more dimension and character and whatnot. Okay, let's go to the next one. Awesome, awesome. So I see in chat, oops.
That's the annual cost of hail damage claims.
Okay. So I see in chat that we do have a few folks who are creating training, onboarding, and educational videos. So I'm excited to share this example. It's a global training video created by Komatsu, which is a global equipment manufacturing company. They're based in Japan. They've got something like 65,000 employees and distributors in over 150 countries. And so they're really creating heavy machinery for projects like construction. So having training that is accessible and clear is actually really, really important. So in this example, you're going to see how they've used HeyGen avatars and translation features to make their training available in English, Japanese, French, and German. So I will just hit play.
In today's fast-moving industry, staying updated is key to your success. That's why we're excited to invite you to dive into Komatsu Learning Management System, your one-stop platform for everything Komatsu. LMS には360度バーチャルツアー、多様なオンラインモジュール、新機種導入に関するトレーニング教材など最先端のツールが揃っています。
Aber wir stehen erst am Anfang. Als Ihre virtuellen Komatsu-Trainer freuen wir uns darauf, das Gesicht der zukünftigen Inhalte auf dieser Plattform zu sein. Sie werden sehen, wie wir Sie durch die Schulungsvideos führen und Unterstützung in mehreren Sprachen anbieten, um den Bedürfnissen unserer weltweiten Organisation gerecht zu werden. Of je nu leeft over de nieuwste machines of geavanceerde systemen, wij zullen er samen met jou voor zorgen dat de inhoud duidelijk, boeiend en toegankelijk is.
Exactement. Le futur de la formation chez Komatsu est désormais plus connecté et plus personnalisé que jamais. Alors, n'attendez plus, connectez-vous dès maintenant.
Okay. All right. So next, and last example that I'll show for the group today, I'm going to share a step-by-step tutorial video, which is part of HeyGen Academy AI Studio. HeyGen's follow-along video course that teaches all the essential features and functions of HeyGen's editing studio. So a lot of what we're covering today. So pay attention because this is actually going to be your introduction to the workshop, and you'll also get to see my custom avatar in action. So let's hit it.
Welcome to HeyGen Academy. In this video, the first in our series, we'll give you a quick high-level overview of the HeyGen Editing Studio. Think of this as your guided tour before we dive deeper into each feature in upcoming videos. Let's start from the HeyGen homepage. Click Create Video to begin. For a faster start, you can choose a template from the HeyGen library. In this example, we're using a learning and development template featuring the avatar Annie. Once you select your template, you'll land inside the editing studio. Here's the layout. There are 4 main sections: the script panel, the canvas, the toolbar, and the scene timeline. Let's walk through each one quickly. The script panel is where your story begins. Type directly into the panel, upload an audio file, or record your voice inside HeyGen. Once your script is in, click Preview to hear it back. You can highlight any word to adjust pronunciation, or click the pause icon to add natural breaks. Want to change the voice? Click it to explore different languages, accents, and speeds. Pro tip, you can also translate your script right inside the panel. No need to leave the editor. Next up, the canvas. This is your creative space, where everything comes together visually. Every script needs a speaker, so start by adding an avatar. You can select a custom avatar from your library or browse HeyGen's collection of 700+ diverse public avatars. Once added, adjust the framing to fit your scene just right. Now let's talk about the toolbar. Here you can bring your video to life by adding text overlays, media like images, videos, and music, elements like shapes, stickers, and icons, or even captions for accessibility. Each asset can be animated. Use the animation markers in the script panel to control when it enters and exits the scene. Want to connect your scenes with a bit of polish? Just hover between them in the timeline and add a transition, like a slide, fade, or flow. When you're ready, hit Preview at the top. If everything looks good, click Generate, and just like that, your video is on its way. And that's your first look at the new HeyGen Studio. We'll go deeper into each of these tools in the upcoming videos, so you can create faster, smarter, and more beautifully with HeyGen. Let's get started.
All right, and there you have it. That is your introduction to AI Studio. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing this tab, and I'm going to move over into HeyGen itself and start showing you guys around. So if you're looking to follow along during this session, this is your time to launch HeyGen, and I will provide you with a template that you can follow along with. So here is the link to the template. All right. And so if you guys have questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat. You can also use the Q&A tab, which is in the top right-hand corner. I'll do my very best to answer each of your questions. I think we have a relatively small group today, so it probably shouldn't be so hard to do that. I may at times save questions for later in the presentation when we'll actually be addressing them. So let's get started, and I will do that by sharing my screen. Okay. So here I am in the HeyGen homepage. So on the left-hand side, we've got our left navigation bar. These are the recent videos I've created. And this time I'm going to be using a template. So that template that I just shared using the link looks like this. And so this is a template for a video ad. And basically there's a pre-filled in script with some fill in the blanks. Here, actually, I'll just show you guys. So I click it. This launches AI Studio for me right? So here's your script on the left-hand side in the script panel. There are some fill in the blanks here that you can use to populate your script. Down here is the scene timeline. So these are my different scenes. Right now, this is an ad for water, but we're going to change it to an ad for something else as we create this video. Okay. So one of the features that I do also want to share, and caveat, this is a paid feature for HeyGen, is Brand Kit. So Brand Kit is basically everything you need to represent your brand in the right way. So I will actually go back here and show you guys what that looks like. So Brand Kit is kind of like saving your approved fonts, colors, logos, things like that. Because really, if you're creating quite a lot of videos, it's nice to have systems that scale and make it easier for you to visually represent your brand consistently across all of your videos. So if you're interested in setting up a brand kit, the best way to do so is from the homepage, go to the brand tab in the left navigation, and then click New Brand Kit. And so here you can actually just pop in your brand's URL, and then HeyGen will analyze that website and pull the logos, the photos, and the fonts and everything that it finds. So you just click import, or if you want to set it up manually, maybe you don't have a website, maybe it's campaign assets for something that is not yet public, you can do so by just clicking set up brand kit manually. And you'll be able to drop in all of your info here. So in a minute, I'll show why this is cool, but this is basically what a brand kit more or less looks like. Okay, so going back to our video and our template, I'm going to begin with just filling in the script on the left-hand side, because the script is really what's driving my whole video. So just for fun, instead of making this an ad for water, let's make it an ad for tea. Why not? So I'll start here. Tired of common pain point? Let's say tired of that afternoon fatigue. There's a smarter way. Meet Hey That's the new name of this. And so looking over here on the canvas, right? So this is what's actually going to be on my video. I see right here, it says product name, right? So I'm going to actually just click this, highlight it, and then replace that with the name Hey because that is what we're advertising today. And so if you've ever used software like Google Slides or Canva or something like that, most of what you'll edit on the canvas is going to feel pretty familiar and similar, right? Okay, let's keep going. So here in our third scene, it says product name was built to help you with this benefit, and this benefit. No more frustration, just fast and easy results. Okay, so this is talking about the benefits of my product. So let me fill in those blanks. So the product name, again, is Hey Tea, which was built to help you, let's see, benefit 1, let's say stay hydrated. Benefit 2, stay energized. And unlike coffee, which I'm drinking right now, avoid the crash. So no more lazy afternoons, just fast, easy, refreshing results. Okay. I see a question here from Jeff. This is a great question. Jeff is asking, is there an easy way to integrate ChatGPT so that content can be automatically input into HeyGen? Let's see. So right now, I'd say that the most helpful that ChatGPT or other tools like, Gemini or any of the other sort of like chat-based bots can help is actually mostly with scripting. And so I actually tend to do it outside of the HeyGen environment. Let me actually pull up for you guys a great guide on how to use AI to speed up your scripting process. Let's see. Here we go. So when it comes to scripting, right? When it comes to scripting and using ChatGPT as an aid for this, prompting really matters quite a lot. So here, I'm actually just going to throw this up on here and give you guys a quick little preview of this article because I think it's really helpful. So, when you are looking to write a script faster and more easily with AI, you always want to start with a clear prompt, right? And so I'd say these are kind of like the essential parts of that clear prompt, right? What do you want your learner to be able to do or understand? Who are they, right? Are they a new hire? Are they a team lead? How will this be distributed? Because that may change the way that you want to create the video. And then you'll want to add things like key talking points, right? For example, cover where to find the expense tool in Workday, how to upload a receipt, submit it for approval. Ask for the right format. Maybe this is a 30-second avatar video, and then review and tweak it, right? So this is a really helpful tool, in my opinion. I write most of my scripts with the help of ChatGPT and Claude or Gemini, and then I tend to make edits to it afterwards. So I hope that this helps to answer your question a bit, Jeff. Let's see. I see other questions here. Lauren says, same question as Jeff. Do you have an AI tool that helps create content? We actually do. And we have a new tool that's coming that's going to be, I think, really exciting and helpful for this. So stay tuned for that. But I will say right now, you do have the ability. Let me share this tab instead. Make sure it's working. Yes. Okay. So right now you actually do have the ability in HeyGen to create a video using a PDF or a PowerPoint. So let's say, you've created a training in the past that wasn't video and you want to turn it into that format. So I will quickly show you guys how to do that because I do think that this is really helpful, especially for folks in the education, training, and onboarding space. So if we were to create a brand new video using something like that, you would go to create video. So starting brand new, and then you can choose upload PowerPoint or PDF. And you can upload it right here. HeyGen will also give you the option to check a box that says, should I write the script for you? And, it will do that based on the content of your slides, as well as any presenter notes if you have them. So oftentimes you'll want to make more edits to it, but it's a great way to get started, especially if you've already done a lot of the hard work. Okay, I'm going to go back to our video here. Great questions, guys. Please keep them coming. Actually, I see another one from Lauren. Who ends up owning the content? Can files be uploaded to SharePoint or an LMS? You, as the creator, own your content. And yes, you can upload your videos in SharePoint and any other kind of LMS system. We actually, for our enterprise clients, allow SCORM exports as well to make that process even easier. But yes, not unlike not unlike PowerPoint or other platforms like that. We're simply the tools. The content is yours to own and create. And I should also mention that if you use a public avatar in your content, you are welcome to use that publicly on your LMS, in your marketing, et cetera, et cetera. That's all sort of been cleared and everything. So no need to worry about usage in that way. Okay, where were we? So we had just finished scene 3, right? And then this is scene 4. So what the scripts here says, thousands of customers are already using product name to desired outcome. So this is kind of like our social proof section, right? Where we're saying, hey, people are really using this product. And then right here, we have some B-roll showing them doing so. So I will edit this again. So thousands of, let's say, happy customers are already using HeyT to stay energized and focused. And then here in the final scene, it says, ready to see what it can do for you. So this last scene is kind of like your call to action. What's the action that you want the viewer to take after this? Is it to go to your website? Is it to make a purchase? Is it to do something else, right? So in my case, I'll say, ready to see what it can do for you. Visit the Hey T website for a 10% discount. So again, I want to change the text that's on the canvas right now to fit my brand. So like before, I will just click to highlight and then overwrite this text. Yes. Jeff, I see. Yes, so there was a ChatGPT plugin that was used in the old version of our editor. Um, it's not yet supported in this new version, but will be soon. So that's why I didn't cover it today. Ultimately, I do think that you actually have quite a bit more control with scripting if you do it in the actual ChatGPT environment, because that way you're able to prompt a bit more specifically and also iterate on those prompts, which is a big part of getting the result that you want. Dixon says, so happy to be here. Keep up the great work, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We love some positive feedback. Let's see. Lauren's asking, is Mindstamp only available with the enterprise license? You know what, Lauren? I'm probably gonna have to get back to you on that because I'm not 100% sure. I'm not familiar with Mindstamp, but I will shoot a message to a colleague and see what they say. Hopefully, I get an answer before the end of our time. Okay, so going back over here to HeyGen, right? So we've now updated our script. This is my title. We've updated our script. We've updated the text on our canvas here on our video. And so now let's think about changing avatars, right? So let's say, for example, this time around, my audience is in Japan, right? And maybe I want to use an avatar that's going to feel a bit more, culturally relevant to that market. So I'll look to change my avatar. And the way that I'll do that is, I'll show you guys as well, is I'll go over here to the top toolbar. And I will search for avatars right here. And so one of the cool things about changing avatars is that you are able to use these little tags here to just find more what you're looking for. So for example, under the UGC tab, let's say you're doing a vertical social media style video, right? You might want to go over here because you'll find that sort of like authentic, casual content creator feel, right? Let's say you want to make sure that you're not using a real person. You can go to AI generated. We even have some animated avatars and stuff to deliver your message. Or if you're looking for something super specific, like let's say you're making like some kind of medical training video, you can even word search for exactly what you're looking for, right? So here are all the doctors that we have in our public avatar workforce. So this time around, I'm not necessarily looking for anything super specific. Actually, lifestyle. Let's go to the lifestyle area because this, I think, is a nice fit for the type of product I have. And I'm just going to scroll and look for an avatar that I think kind of makes the most sense with the Japanese market. Okay, how about Miyu? All right. So as you notice, when I click on Miyu, I see what's called different looks. So these are different outfits, poses, or environments that just give each of your avatars a little bit more variety, right? It's nice to use different looks across your video, might be different angles, different environments, to just give it a little bit more dimension and make it feel more lifelike. So for this one, I'm going to choose this friendly version of Miyu where she's just sitting on a couch and saying hi. And so here, I realize that my avatar is a little off center. So to change this, I will highlight this. So you see this thin purple outline here indicates that I have highlighted this avatar on the canvas. And then just as you would in PowerPoint, you can click and drag to reposition. So I think Miu looks nice and centered here. Nice. And so now I'm going to go and do this in each of my scenes, right? Question from Shay in the chat, which is, can you have two avatars talking to each other? So currently right now, HeyGen only supports one avatar per scene. So we've had people have avatars do conversations where they're each in different scenes and it kind of switches back and forth from one to the other. But in the very near future, we will also support having two avatars talking to each other in the same scene. It's a hotly requested feature, and I hope that we will have this ready very soon. Okay, so again, going to my avatars and changing this one for Miu. So it feels a little better for the Japanese market. That's my plan. And so here in scene 3, I also have an example of another type of avatar framing. So let's see. Let's start first by replacing my avatar with Miu. Let's see, which look do I want to use here? I like this one. And you'll see that there are different framing options. So I could do normal framing like this. With a paid HeyGen account, I can even remove the background. And now I have my avatar against this larger canvas. But honestly, I actually really liked the circle framing. So I'm going to go back to that. And then again, to resize, you just drag the corners as you would in any similar software, and then you can reposition across the canvas. I want this to be centered vertically, so I will do that. All right, no avatar in this scene, but I realized that I want the voice to be the same avatar the whole time. So if you look on the left-hand side here, right, there are you see like this very small avatar image as well as their voice for each of the scenes. So if I want to change the voice to match that of the rest of the avatar, I would do that just by clicking on this. And then these little arrows indicate that we're changing. So here in the HeyGen library, I see this other voice that I want to match is called Miu Lifelike. So I will see if I can search for that. Huh. Strange that that is not working. Okay, well then I will add my avatar. All right, I fixed that. Okay, sorry about that, guys. And then here in the last scene, right, I'm going to do the same thing again, which is changing my avatar. Through the same process, hit the Avatars tab up at the top, choose my chosen avatar, and drop her into the scene. And so in this case, I liked how the scene originally looked without the background and the avatar on the left-hand side. So to recreate that, I'm just going to click on this again, and I get this little pop-up menu where it gives me the option to remove my background. Again, this is a paid feature on HeyGen. So if you don't have a paid HeyGen account, no worries. You can always use your avatar with the background and just sort of make it work with changing the framing or something like that. Okay, cool. So Miu is all over our scenes now. Awesome. So remember setting up the brand kit at the start, right? So that was your logos, your color palettes, things like that. Just want to show you guys how it comes into play in a video itself. So here in the brand tab in the top left-hand corner is where you can access your brand kit. So let's say I'll take the Google one. This would allow me to easily drop the logo in, move it around, put it wherever I want, right? So it's kind of like a quick action. These are the different colors. And if I click this button, Shuffle Colors, it will actually look at elements on my canvas here and change them to match that of these colors. So boom, now we're red, now we're black, right? now we're yellow. And you can do that to all scenes as well. So I'll say apply to all scenes. And as you can see, it applied those Google colors to each of my different scenes where there were these elements that were able to be changed. So not so bad, right? In this case, though, I actually don't really love these Google colors for this particular product, which is tea. I'm trying to evoke energy and hydration and whatnot. So this yellow color, I think I'm actually going to use that across my presentation. So I'll show you guys next how to manually change the colors of elements on your canvas and in your templates. So first off, this color, I want to just keep note of what it is. Let's see. So that I can use it in this scene. So if I highlight the element right here, this little helpful menu will pop up showing the color that the element is, and then I can change it using this. Oops. I can change it using this slider. I can use this dropper to grab a different color from this canvas, or I could even activate my brand kit here, and it will give me my colors quickly here at the bottom. So I'll change this one to that. And then let's repeat the process for this green. So again, going to my brand kit. Oh my gosh, I've made so many of these. There we go. And then let's do the same here. Let's say Hey Tea's brand color is this fun sunny yellow. Okay. Question from Lauren. What file types can you upload in addition to PowerPoint? And any way to upload a script in total, or does it have to be scene by scene? Great question, Lauren. So you can upload a PDF and a PowerPoint file at this moment. I think that we will look to support other file types in the future, like docs and things like that. But for the moment, PowerPoint and PDF tend to be the best. And then for uploading a script, I don't think that there is, well, if you do the upload by create by PDF method, it will generate or use your presenter note script and break that into scenes based on what it thinks makes sense. But I think your question here is more of like, can you upload a script in total? Technically, you could copy and paste it into the script panel, but you would probably want to break it up scene by scene anyways, so that you can be showing different visuals at different parts of that script. Hope that answers your question. If not, feel free to ask a follow-up. Okay, so let's go back into our video. And now we're going to add some professional looking touches and polish by adding some animation effects. So let's see. So for this one, if you remember our third scene, right? Here in the scene, we were talking about the different benefits of this product. And so what I would love for this scene is to have each of these benefits. I should have changed the text here too earlier. Sorry about that, guys. I want to have each of these benefits basically appear on screen in sync with a script. So Hey Tea was built to help you stay hydrated. The word hydration or hydrated appears, stay energized, and avoid the crash. So let me show you guys how to do that. So again, I'm going to say hydration here, right? And so when you highlight any element on your canvas, you'll notice these little purple arrows pop up in your script panel. These are your animation arrows. And so basically this arrow will indicate where the word appears, and this arrow will indicate where it ends. So I want it to stay through the end of the scene, so this is correct. And for this, let's say I want it to appear on the word hydrated. So I will just click and drag this over to the word hydrated. Perfect. And as you notice, when I hover over this, it gives me a preview of what that animation looks like. I can also change the animation style by clicking animate up here in the top, this top toolbar. And then I'm able to change different animation styles. I can adjust the duration to make it slower or faster, and I can choose to apply it to all. So let's see what happens when I do that. Yep. Okay. So again, benefit 2 was is about energy. So stay energized. Again, I'll move the slider over to the word energized. And then I will do the same for my last benefit, which is no crash. So say avoid the crash. Cool. So at this point, I've done these animations and I want to see them in action. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm actually going to click this little play button here in the bottom toolbar. So it will play this through. Nice. Okay, cool. So it looks like everything came in time, so I feel good about that. Um, the next thing, similar to animations that I want to add to this video, are transitions, because that helps to just give it like a professional polish. So transitions are what happens between our scenes, right? Like how do we progress from one scene to the other? The way to change that is to hover between your scenes right here in the bottom toolbar, click change transition, and then you can choose from a number of different transitions. So let's say I'll do a fade up for this one, and I'll apply it to all of my scenes. So let's see what that looks like in practice. Okay, not bad. So as I was playing through, I feel like all of my scene transitions and my animations looked good, but I don't know if you guys noticed this too, but in the second scene, Meet Haiti, it just like came and went really, really fast. And I actually want the viewer to spend a little bit more time seeing and looking at my product. So, what I can actually do for that, if I don't want the avatar talking during that time, is to add a pause to the script. So, you just put the cursor where you want the pause to appear and then click this pause button right here. And then it will allow me to choose the amount of time. So let's say 1 second. Yep. And then let's see how that looks. Okay, not bad. I think we could do maybe 2 seconds. Let's see how that feels. Not bad. Okay, I like that. I like that. Let's keep it moving. All right. So next we're going to talk about B-roll and uploaded elements to really kind of bring this home. So here in my first scene, this one looks good, but over here, I want to replace this bottle of water with an image of tea, let's say, for example. So I could go through the HeyGen B-roll library and do something like search tea, right? So I have images that I can choose from. I have um, videos I can choose from, and then I can also upload my own files. So let's say, for example, I want to upload an image of tea, and it's, maybe it's an approved one that we use across all of our ads or something like that. And so let me grab a good version of this. And see if this works. Okay, so to add your own file, you can, go to Media again, and then click this Upload button. It'll take a few moments as your content loads. Oh no, it has this annoying background. Get a different image. Let's see. Sorry about this, guys. I switched computers and lost the original file that I had for this. Okay, you know what? I will just use a placeholder for now and just keep this one because I don't want to waste time and make sure I get you guys out of here in time. Also seeing a question from Jeff. Appreciate that you're showing how to edit content. More interested in learning how to upload a script and see what HeyGen produces without my support. Yes, let me try and breeze through what we're doing here and see what I can throw in and create. Okay, so again, hey T, let's just pretend this is T. We're gonna keep it moving. All right, and then here in the background, if you guys remember, we have this sort of like moving video of water, which looks nice. But in this case, I want to replace that with T. So I will highlight this background, which is this blue water background, and I'll choose detach from background. So that actually takes this image and removes it from my background, allows me to manipulate it, resize it, things like that. If you wanted to undo, you just right click, set as background, right? But in this case, we are looking to completely replace that with, let's do another video of, let's say maybe like a tea farm or something like that. So showing where it's grown. And so I can hover to preview the video. Ooh, this kind of looks nice. Let's see how that looks. So we have this sort of lemon tea refreshing image. And to set it as background, I will right click, choose set as background, and boom, magically it has become the background of my scene, and all of the different elements are now on top of it, right? You can also reorder elements by highlighting them and then right clicking and choosing move forward, back, etc., etc. So that makes sure that you have all of your elements sort of in order. Let's move on to the next scene. This one is thousands of happy customers are using HeyT to stay energized and focused. And we want to replace this with something that's going to be relevant to tea, relevant to the Japanese market. So I'm going to detach from background, delete, head over to my media tab and look for more videos. So in this case, I'll search the word tea, and then I'm just going to scroll through and see what I can find here. You know, I really liked having people drinking tea together. So let's see if I can find something like that. Oh, perfect. This looks very good. I wonder if this is Mount Fuji in the back, right? So this is pretty cool. Yeah, I like how this looks. And then, let's see, I feel mostly good about where this video is at. So let's give it a preview and see how it looks all together before we generate it. Okay, not bad, not bad. I feel really good about this. And so what I'm actually going to do next is click generate, and that will generate my video. It'll take a few moments. And then I'm going to show you guys how to create a Japanese version of this. In the meantime, I see a question here from Anaga. which is, and I apologize if I've mispronounced your name, feel free to correct me. But their question is, would it be possible to remove the background from a stock video using the background remover tool? At this time, unfortunately, it isn't possible, but hopefully something that we get to support in the future. I'd say in the instance that what is in the HeyGen B-roll library doesn't quite fit your needs, like for example, you need something with a transparent background or no background, just as I did. Usually, the best way to go about that is to upload the asset directly into HeyGen. There is no background removal tool just yet, but that will change soon. Okay, so I'm going to jump around a little bit and see if I can help to create a PDF, a video based on a PDF. So actually, what I will do is, let's see, create video, upload a file. So I have this website. I'll share this tab quickly and drop the link into chat. So this is basically like your AI video jumpstart guide. Really helpful if you're relatively new to HeyGen, you want to see the different use cases, you want to understand the step-by-step of how to make your first video. For example, using this template, look familiar? So let's see if we can just turn this into a PDF. Ooh, it's very long. So maybe I'll just do the first 4 pages. How about that? Okay, so in this file, in the first 4 pages, what we've got are basically just this introductory sentence, our top use cases, and then why video is critical in marketing today. So let's see what happens. I actually haven't used this feature in a little while, so you guys will be seeing it with fresh eyes along with me. And hopefully this generates in time for us. Okay, there we go. So I've uploaded my PDF, and now I can choose the avatar that I want to use for this. So let's actually use my personal avatar just for fun. Why not? And then I can even choose the template that I want this to appear in. Let's do this one. My language that I want this to be in is English. Let's see, the length, let's say under a minute, make it short. And then look at this. I can fill in more information about the speaker, the objective, the audience, and the tone. This was generated automatically based on reviewing the PDF itself, but you can always overwrite it if you want something a bit more specific. Next, I'll hit generate. And this will take a few moments to just sort of plan my scenes and put together my document. Oh my gosh, share this tab instead. Okay, Shay, I'm so sorry about that. Let me actually go back. I forgot that we were stuck on the other tab. Sorry about that. Okay, so here we are using this PDF to video feature. I'll upload this PDF version of my website. Okay, successful import. And then I have the ability, as I was just saying, to kind of change my avatar, my template, speaker objective, audience, and tone. So in this case, I'm going to use my own avatar, and I'll choose this presentation. Let's make it short because we're running out of time. And then I will click generate. So depending on the length of your PDF and how much content there is, it may take a little bit of time. But here we have our script being generated. Sweet. Jeff, to your question, there actually is a generate script with AI feature here. I forgot that it was in this environment and not in the AI studio part. That's the part that we're still building. So I'd urge you to try this out. See if it is able to fit your needs. Okay. So this is ooh. All right. So as you guys can see, it has pulled pretty much the main topics. Um, the main topics from that PDF and created each of these scenes, which we'll hopefully see in just a moment, because these do take a moment to generate. And Jeff, yes, I was using the PDF to video beta feature, not the upload a PDF. Um, I have seen sometimes very different and sometimes relatively similar results by using each version of this. So I'd urge you to give it a try with either, but I think PDF to video beta is probably the newer version of this, so you might have best results with that. So I'm just going to click generate and it will create this for me slowly. Um, Okay. And then my Hey ad is almost done generating here. Wait, why did this make this Spanish? Oh, wait, no, here it is. Okay. So this is my completed generated video, right? In this share page, you can share it with anybody. They don't need to have a HeyGen account to view it so long as their permissions are correct. And let's just play it and see how it looks. Nice. Okay, so I feel good about this, and in the final minutes, I'm gonna show you guys quickly how to translate this video. So from here, let's say, again, we are distributing this in Japan, so I want this in Japanese. I'll click Translate Script, and I can actually ask to translate the text on the canvas. So remember that benefit slide with hydration, energy, no crash? With a click of a button, I can now translate that as well as my script. So we'll probably take a few moments for this to work. And in the meantime, I'm going to jump back into HeyGen. Sorry, I'm jumping around so much, guys. I just want to make sure that I'm able to show as much as I can. And here we go. The ad is now completely in Japanese. Sometimes it misses a few things here and there. It's always helpful to have a native speaker review it just to make sure that everything looks and sounds right and is just culturally appropriate. But I'll give this a quick playthrough to just give you guys a sense of what this looks and feels like. Hmm. All right, you guys get the idea. That's pretty cool. I'm like a big language nerd, a huge fan of learning languages and just connecting with people from different cultures. And so imagine being able to meet people sort of where they are in their native language or with the particular accent that they use. HeyGen allows you to translate into over 175 different languages and dialects. So, that means American English, British English, Australian English, even Singaporean English, things like that. Um, and let's see how our PDF upload went. I actually haven't shown, oh wait, the wrong one. Actually haven't shown this in a workshop before. So hopefully, Jeff, this is something that is helpful and exciting. Okay, it's still loading. 96% ready. If you have to jump up, guys, I totally understand, but I'm going to stay on just a few minutes longer to see if we can actually see this final video in action. Oh, it's so close. In the meantime, let me just check chat again, see if there are any other questions. Oh, this is so sad. I feel like we're stuck at 96%. I will wait for like 2 more minutes because I do have to get into a meeting. In the meantime, are there any other questions from the audience that I can help to answer here as we wait for this one to generate? Oh, yay! Okay, here we go. Let's see how it looks, guys. Awesome. So, I'm gonna share the link to this video because I noticed somebody said that they could not hear it, and we are just out of time here, but let me answer some of these last questions as well. So, one of said questions was the marketing playbook guide. Adriana, I think maybe the reason it's not opening is I see you have a closed parenthesis at the end of your URL. If you delete that, it should be able to take you directly to this link. And then for Shay's question, any other courses we'd recommend to learn how to use HeyGen? I am so glad that you asked. Yes, absolutely. I'll share the links to them here. But if you guys haven't already, definitely come and visit us here in the HeyGen Community Hub. This is where all of our educational resources live, as well as our forum where you can share tips, tricks, ask for feedback. Events, this is where you can register for upcoming webinars and watch replays of previous ones. But under the resources tab, this is your best friend for learning HeyGen. And so I would say if you like to learn through video, this 101 course is probably the best place to start because this teaches really all of HeyGen's basic fundamentals like editing in AI Studio, which we just went over, templates, avatars, scripting and pronunciation, right? And then if you want to get crazy with the editing and really get advanced, use some of HeyGen's more intermediate and advanced features, the HeyGen AI Studio, HeyGen Academy AI Studio course is a great place to go. You'll see some sort of information overlap between the two, but not too much. Yeah. And so with that, guys, I will say thank you so much, everybody, for attending today, for your time, your attention, your great questions. I hope to see what you guys create using HeyGen in the future. Please always, always feel free to share it with us in our forums. And again, we run these workshops every Tuesday morning. So if you need a refresher or you have more questions and want to check them out, please come join us again soon. And with that, I'll say thank you so much and have a good rest of your Tuesday.